We are in the last lesson, lesson 8, where we're going to kind of put all of this together. And we've got a few things to do. Number one, we want to make sure we put that spinner back. Number two, we want to make sure we show the actual search results. And then we still haven't made it to where we can update the search results up here in the actual query param when we type in the input. So we've got at least those 3 things to do. So maybe let's start in reverse order. So before we start working on this fuse one more time, let's go ahead and just make sure that every time we update, it actually will rerun all of this. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and minimize that. We'll come in here, and whenever we type, we want to also update the search page URL. And here, once again, we'll pass it our search term. Now, we haven't yet written this, so let's come up here, update search term, and maybe let's do it right here. Now, all I want to do is pass a new URL here. So I'm going to call this URL. We'll just say new URL. This will be our window.location.href. So the current page that we're on at the moment. And then we'll go ahead and update the search params. So we will set the queue, which is what we called earlier, to our search itself. And then finally, we'll go ahead and window.history.replace state. This is something that comes default in the browser. We've got 3 arguments we can pass in. The first 2 essentially don't matter. And then finally, we'll pass in the URL. So without going into great detail, now as we type, it will update up here. It will update the actual URL. It will update here, and it will update here. Now, each time it's also passing right down here. It's also fetching the search results, which means we're also getting a new query each time right here. So in reverse order, let's now add in the text that we need. So here what I want to do, if I come back up top here, we already set the search results here, the inner HTML, to a spinner. I want to just copy this down, and we're going to update the search results again down this way. Now in this case, I first want to do a little check here. So let's just put this on a new line. We're going to say a search result, and that would be this right here. So this is a little confusing. Maybe let's rename this. Let's call this something like results list. How about that? So let's come back up top here, change this to results list, and also change this to results list. Okay, so with that said, let's come back down now that we know that the list is the actual HTML. And now I want to run a little check here. We're going to say if the search result.length is greater than 0. So in other words, I have to actually have something in my list to update the DOM. Now if that's the case, I want to generate a search list. I'm going to pass it my search results. Otherwise, I simply want to pass in some text that just says no results found. Now, right now I've yet to actually write this function, so it should be angry, and it is. Let's come in here and say function, generate search results, and here we'll say results. And all I want to do is loop over those results that were passed here. So we'll return results.map. And for each result, which I'll just call R, we want to do a few things. First of all, you might remember that in Fuse, we actually get back an item. So maybe just to make sure this is clear, we'll console log R here. So saying we cannot map over this, let's just make sure I'm getting what we think we are here. This is search result, like that. Okay, so here we go. Each thing we get back as an item. Then we also get a ref index, and we also get a score. So up top here, when we actually get this out, we don't want to console log this. Instead, I just want to extract out the few things that we need to actually update the DOM. In this case, I would need the title, the date, and the slug. I can get all of these from the r.item. So for each thing that's passed in, I want the title, the date, and the slug. Now I also need to actually process that date. So in order to turn it into a date, I need to take the string of date, which is what I'm getting here from the Fuse result, and I need to have it as a date. So I'm going to say date as date. This will be new date, and I'll be passing in the date that I got here from the item. Now all I have to do is return a string here. And if I want to know what I need, I can go to my index for my blog. This is essentially what I want right here. All right, so let's go ahead and just copy this out, and I'll paste this in. Now we don't yet have this formatted date. This is an Astro component. So let me open up formatted date, and we're just going to extract all this right here, and we'll drop this in like this. All right, so let's add that in here. This itself needs to be a template string. So let's go ahead and do this with date as date. And same thing here. This needs to be a template string, and we'll have date as date. And for this down this way, we don't need these anymore, but we are going to actually add this in, not as post.slug, but just as slug. Finally, this should say title. Again, we're getting both the title and the slug from up top. Now, if I come back down this way, we do need to make sure that these are not template strings, but just normal strings here. And then it should just show me this. So there you go. I can now start typing anything, and you see it's out actually showing it to me. You may notice I'm getting these commas in between them, and that's because this map right here is giving me an array of items. So on the very end of this, when I'm done with this, I want to actually join them on nothing. And now this will actually give me them all as list items. So if I come in here, you can see now I've got list items here instead of list items with commas in between them. So if I type MDX, that shows up, something else, and that shows up. Now that leaves just one final thing, and that is to go ahead and change my spinner here to actually be showing. So when I'm trying to load something, let's say I might actually need to slow down my network. Let's come inside here, go to my network, and we'll throttle this to like slow 3G. There you go. It's actually showing my spinner, and then eventually the posts come in. Now, this should be pretty fast no matter who is coming, so that shouldn't be a huge problem. But now we've actually got this spinner really briefly showing and then the post populating. And again, the cool thing is I can actually share this URL, and the same person that I share it with will get the same results I got. So third, whatever, we come in here. Now, again, let's go back out to the home page and search for like MDX. Remember, that is going to move us to our search index. It's going to do that query. It's going to then show the results. All of this is what we've created in this series. I hope this was a huge help for you in kind of thinking through Astro and how you can use the different routes, even on a static site, and a little bit of client-side JavaScript to actually get exactly what you need. If you have any questions or any suggestions for how I could have done this better, please let me know in the description. And of course, if you convert this to using SSR and actually do this on-page load, all of that, that means you can avoid all the client-side stuff, then I'd love to see what that looks like as well. Well, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Happy coding.